Another day, no answers. People just doing the same thing over and over again, saying, we don't know what it is, we're not sure what it is. Here's what our theory is. This is why our theory is right. This is why your theory is wrong. Our theory is definitely this. They don't know. We don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. That's what's still happening. And there's so many different things that we'll talk about in just a moment here. Tim Burchett, if you clicked on this, you saw the headline there. He says that the government has no clue what it is. They don't have a hold on it. They're not in control of it. And he still doesn't know what it is. He's been saying a lot of different things out there about what he potentially thinks it is. And every person is out there saying something, but nobody really knows. The mayor of New Jersey is making a clear, definitive statement saying that it is indeed the government looking and sniffing for nukes. But then you listen to whether it's Ryan Graves, Chris Mellon, they say they're hearing the exact opposite. That's not what that is at all. And that is not factual. There's a lot of people that are going with that theory. There's a lot of people that are going with, although I will say those two guys don't necessarily have a definitive thing of what they're saying right now, of what it is. We put that video up on our channel yesterday about those light orbs and what those could potentially be. I don't know. But let's play this comment from Tim Burchett on News Nation, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. You know, when I'm doing my out of the theater reactions, I have a pretty solid set of like personal opinions that I have as soon as I see the movie and that I form after I see it. However, I do like to listen to what other people are thinking, even if they have a completely different view of mine. And I think about the same thing when it comes to news. Now, I know that a lot of you people are looking for a new news outlet. I know that you are. And if you're looking for a source that keeps facts fair and it keeps it balanced, you got to check out Straight Arrow News, because they are all about cutting through the noise, and Americans have actually rated their reporting as right down the middle. If you're watching this channel, that's what we try to do, right down the middle. So I use SAN to research a lot of the topics that I talk about on Down to Earth. I do a lot of the research of stuff that's going on in the news in general, so I'm well read about it. Their app helps me gather insights and different perspectives. So check out Straight Arrow News for yourself. You go to san.com/Harloff. Now, subscribing through my link, it supports both me and an amazing organization. So check it out. Link is in the description.
You think the government is lying? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you think they're lying on this issue, Congressman?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when have they ever told us the truth on anything? I mean, come on. And this thing has been going on, and I don't think they have control of it, and they don't know what to do, so they're just going to lie.
Okay, so he doesn't mince words completely. He says, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You think they're lying? He's like, yeah, they're lying. They're always lying to us. And this is the overall question. He says, now, okay, so if he thinks that they don't know what it is and that they're lying and they don't have control of it, then I would assume he doesn't think that it's the military that is sniffing out materials by that theory. Because if they knew, then they would, they could be lying to us. He could have just said, no, they're lying. They know exactly what they're doing. They have a mission and they know what they're doing. They're just not telling us. They're lying to us about it. That's not what he says. He's like, they have no control of it. They don't know what it is, so they're lying. So what does that mean? There's a lot of different people that are out there saying so many different things. There's so many theories, so many questions. Nobody knows. So he straight up says they're lying. We need answers. What day are we on in this, guys? I'm getting texts from people that are not ever involved in or believe in any of this stuff. And when I say that, we still don't necessarily know what it is, but it's still bizarre and odd, and people are asking what it is. I'm getting more texts and emails from people that are like, what do you think it is? And even those people, like I had straight up, the first thing, a friend of mine texted me this morning, and she said that, what is it? Because they're seeing them over Oregon now, these things. And she, there's certain things that people see in the news. If they're not, we're talking about this stuff with you guys every day. So we're seeing all the different theories and all the different responses and all that. So what she saw was the nuke one. So she's like, I'm hearing that's what it is. I said, not necessarily. I didn't say it wasn't that. I said, but not necessarily, because look at this. And I sent her both Chris Mellon and Ryan Graves' response. And she said, well, what the hell is it? I said, I don't know. She's like, well, it's not aliens. I said, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. Well, that's not true. Nobody that's trying to find answers out knows what it is. Somebody knows what it is. Somebody knows exactly what it is. There's other theories out there, and the theories are that this is the start of the NHI saying, look, we're here. This is it. Talk among yourselves, and we're just going to keep popping up. So you can keep saying it's nothing, but just tell your people what it is. I don't know if that's true. And then there is the stupidest one. The stupidest one is when you get the people on the news shows who want us to believe that just a bunch of people flying the stuff from Walmart or whatever it is, and it's not, and it's just a bunch of kids. Everyone if that's what it turns out to be, everyone in the government should be fired. Whether you're elected or not, fired. You're fired. If that's what it was, you're fired. Because if you can cause that much chaos without having some form of government, whether it's FBI, CIA, the local police, figuring it out that it's a bunch of kids flying drones, then we're a ridiculous nation that can't protect itself. If that's the case, then every adversary should be like, "Did you see that? Bunch of kids flying and caused all that stink." So much so that the president even said, "Oh, we're tracking this thing. We don't exactly know what it is. It's not nefarious." Same thing. So somebody knows exactly what it is. They just don't know. The feet to the fire type of thing is that if it is indeed NHI, right? That you kind of mentioned, you kind of envision this thing in your head that the Lockheed Martins and those people are scattering, saying we don't know what to do, and so some people are saying we have to disclose, and you're saying no, absolutely not, because what if they go away? And they're like, well, they're not going away. Every single day they're here, and we're lying to people, and we know what it is, and we can't say anything. Like, you cannot say anything. People will go to jail. People will have this. People will this. We can't do it. We can't be. We just have to hope that it fades away. They're going to fade away. It's just they're just displaying themselves right now. They're fading away. They're going to fade away, and they don't. And it keeps happening. And it's another month. It's another 2 months. Then, I mean, for how long are kids flying around drones? Who knows? But there is this other thing, though. Check this out. I wanted to play this.
I would feel better if they said we followed these drones back to their source, and that's what we identified, but they didn't say that. And so that's really what we want to do. Look, you've got a bunch of drones. Why don't we just follow them to where their takeoff spot is, or who their handler is, so that we would have an idea, but they haven't done that.
First of all, before we go any further, I give props to UAP James. You're talking about somebody who's keeping everybody up. If you don't follow UAP James, you really should. He keeps a great update of what's going on from these interviews, and he's got his finger on the pulse of trying to figure out everything that's going on. So been trying to give him as much props as possible, because he's got a great follow on Twitter, and you can really get an update on all this stuff that's happening through at UAP James. So in that particular clip, you've got more and more people saying, I think the point that the gentleman brings up is absolutely sound, right? It's like, okay, go back to the kids in the Walmart thing. Well, why don't we just source that? If they're causing that much destruction, that much not destruction, but panic, if they're causing that much panic around all these different places, why don't we just figure where it is, go spank the kids on the wrist and say, cut that out, kids. Can't do that anymore. Or find out who's doing it and tell them stop, because it's causing, right now we just need to pinpoint it and say, okay, even if you don't want to tell them to stop, because it's legal, right? So, all right, here's this guy. He's been flying them around forever. And that's the other thing. If it's legal and somebody knows that they've been doing this, and they're like, oh, my God, I'm causing all this panic flying around these things. What do? I should tell people that it's me. So I don't buy that. But the other side of it is, if you really wanted to, if you're the government, you really want to find out what these things are, do exactly what this guy said. Follow it to its source. Now, what they're saying is that it can't be tracked. That when they try to track these things, they go and they move away and they fly away and they get out and they can't be tracked and they go dark. That's concerning. What's that mean? What it is? What is it? I don't know. Because people will say the same thing. They'll go, well, wait a minute. If it's ours, they should tell us. At this point, if it's ours and you're causing this much, say, look, it turns out it's ours. We are conducting experiments. We have things that we're doing at the moment, and that's it. And let people, what is it? And don't tell them shit if that's what you want to do. But you got to tell people that it's ours. That's why I don't think it is. I don't understand what the hell it is. I really don't. But clearly, most of these people who are making statements about it are lying or as Tim Burchett says, not in the know. So that's what I got today. What about you guys? What do you think? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know exactly what you think about this scenario. As always, if you want to join the channel today and a member, you can do that. But, man, I'm so confused. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the flip side, guys.